Hello and welcome to another chapter of Mike Financial Education. Today we're going to talk about the secrets that make the rich richer. The secrets of the rich for getting richer are not secrets at all, and they are so simple in terms of understanding that even an elementary school child could understand them. And that's the reason why, when adults learn about these secrets, they often get angry. They realize that the secrets of getting rich are so simple to understand and to implement that they're just mad that they didn't implement them from a younger age. The first secret: rich people don't lie to themselves. As you already know, admitting the problem is 50% of the solution. The problem of most people is that they're simply not ready to admit the problem. They prefer to tell themselves lies instead of looking at the numbers that reflect their true financial situation. I can tell you that at the beginning of my financial journey, I didn't look at the numbers much. But the moment I started to look at my financial situation, I realized that the gap between my financial goals and the actions I was taking was simply illogical. My dream was to achieve a good and even excellent financial state while I was earning a salary with a low hourly wage of about $35 per hour. At that time, I was saving money but not investing it. And after doing real calculations and checking the numbers, I understood something. In this situation, no matter how many hours I will work and how much money I save, I'm simply not going to achieve my dream. I was thinking to myself, let's say I work 190 hours monthly, from which I earn $6,650. And let's say after taxes, I have $5,600 left, from which I save, let's say 50%, which is an optimistic scenario. Still, after a year, I would save less than $35,000. At this pace, I would be in a good financial state maybe when I have grandchildren or great-grandchildren. At this moment, I realized I must improve my financial management, and this is what exposed me to the entire world of financial education. This process where I checked the numbers compared to my goals each made me to understand what I must do to reach my goals. This process caused me to change many things financially. Although it was a long process, over a span of roughly 5 years, it helped me to completely change my financial situation. If you want to succeed, you must be truthful about your financial situation, because if you don't understand there's a problem, you can't fix it. The second secret: rich people are generous with investments and stingy with expenses. Rich people understand something very simple. The more money you use to buy assets that will help you earn more money, the easier your life becomes. In contrast, the middle class invests most of their money in liabilities, and therefore their life is difficult. Rich people understand that getting rich from salary alone is clearly illogical, especially when we take inflation into account. Therefore, they invest every dollar left at the end of the month in various investments that over time make them rich. Every person who manages to invest even relatively small amounts of money each month can completely change their financial situation. The third secret: rich people are very patient when it comes to money. Remember that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The reason many people don't persist in their financial optimization process is that they have dreams that have no connection to reality. If you look at most financial advertisements that exist today, you'll see companies and people promising to make you millionaires in a short time. They sell you the possibility of getting rich quickly, and by doing so, they cause you to lose patience regarding money. What they forget to tell you is that anyone who understands money knows that the compound interest effect is what generates the most money for the rich, and the effect is built from two main components: high interest and time. While the middle class breaks mentally from not getting rich within a year, rich people understand that building wealth is a very long process, and therefore they use various financial tools that, with the help of time and patience, generate enormous amounts of money for them, like passive stock market investments and real estate. The chase after quick money in the form of a sprint causes the middle class to do all sorts of reckless actions that ultimately harm them financially. In addition, it greatly damages their ability to persist for years in correct financial management. In contrast, rich people who wait patiently are making crazy amounts of money thanks to a combination of financial knowledge and patience. The fourth secret: rich people implement knowledge, not just learn. Today, every person has access to financial knowledge that in the past people would have been willing to pay crazy amounts of money for. The problem with most people is that they don't implement the financial knowledge they accumulate. Think, for example, about the fact that the average family in US is only $400 away from getting into overdraft. Everyone understands this hurts them financially, but still most people don't implement this knowledge. The reason rich people improve financially is that they take financial knowledge and implement it. I can tell you that at the beginning of my journey, I learned a lot and implemented little, and this caused me to feel frustration. This happened because learning gave me a feeling of doing something, even though in practice I didn't change much, so I felt like I was doing a lot and not getting results. The moment I started putting greater emphasis on implementation and less on learning, I started seeing big changes in my financial situation. The implementation of a lot of financial knowledge I learned, like how to get tax benefits and how to manage money better, helped me to reach a financial state I couldn't even imagine 5 years ago. Remember that knowledge is potential for change and power, but without implementing knowledge, there will be no change. The fifth secret: rich people understand the price. While the middle class thinks about the price they need to pay to be rich, rich people think about the price they pay for not being rich. There's no doubt that to be rich, you need to sacrifice a lot. You need to sacrifice free time to deal with finances. You need to change our habits and our way of life. The hardest thing is that we need to change ourselves and try to improve every day. And most people aren't willing to pay this heavy price. Rich people understand the other side of the coin, and they look at the price of not reaching a good financial state. The price is heavy, and the reality is not pleasant for those in a difficult financial situation. It's not pleasant to say this, but the facts speak for themselves. People from a low economic class are less healthy. Their chance and their children's chance of turning to crime is greater. Their chance of being happy is lower, and their chance of getting divorced is usually greater. The real tragedy is that they greatly increase the chance of their children ending up in the same situation. I know this is cruel, but this is reality. Rich people who understand reality are willing to look at it as it is. They understand that the price of becoming financially established is low relative to the price of not becoming financially established. If you're in a bad financial situation, you need to understand that the purpose of this point is not to make you pessimistic, but the opposite. If you're watching this video, it's a sign that you understand the importance of financial education, which means you're already on the right path. Remember that there are people who went from being homeless to being worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The sixth secret: rich people know how to choose their teachers. Rich people understand that the fastest way to success is to learn from those who have already succeeded, and this applies not only to financial education, but to every area of life. Usually, people who have succeeded financially are people who consumed and implemented knowledge from thousands of books, podcasts, and videos of people who have already succeeded. In contrast to rich people, the middle class, which, as we already said, is mostly impatient regarding money, learns from people that don't have a connection to real financial education. This flood of junk knowledge, designed to exploit people's desire to get rich quickly, causes many people to get misleading information that harms them. Rich people don't consume such content because they understand something very simple. If a person hasn't succeeded, they can't teach others. For example, if I make a video teaching how to earn $1 million a year while I haven't done it, it means that everything I'm teaching is based on nothing. The seventh secret: rich people have a financial goal. Think about a person driving a car. This person wants to know what the correct actions they need to take. If they have a clear destination, then the actions they need to take are very clear to them. But if this person gets into the car and has no destination, there's no chance they'll make the correct actions. This applies to the financial world as well. Those who have clear goals can take correct actions and check whether they're really progressing toward the goal. If you ask most people what their financial goal is, most will answer you very vaguely. The things you'll hear will usually be, "I want to be a millionaire," or "I don't know." And that's the reason those same people won't reach a good financial state. If you want to succeed, you must know how to set goals correctly. Most people plan their next vacation much better than they plan their financial future. Don't be like most people. Invest time in thinking about a clear and precise financial goal. Summary: the first secret is that rich people don't lie to themselves. This secret deals with the fact that internalizing your financial situation is the basis for improvement. The second secret is that rich people are generous with investments and stingy with expenses. These secret deals with the fact that rich people understand the importance of assets and therefore invest capital in them. The third secret is that rich people are very patient when it comes to money. These secret deals with the fact that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The fourth secret is that rich people implement knowledge, not just learn. These secret deals with the enormous importance of implementing financial knowledge in life. The fifth secret is that rich people understand the price. This secret helps us understand that getting rich has a heavy price, but not getting rich also has a heavy price. The sixth secret is that rich people know who to learn from. According to the sixth secret, the ability to understand whom to learn from is no less important and even more important than learning itself. The seventh secret is that rich people have a financial goal. According to the seventh secret, people without a precise financial goal have a very low chance of succeeding financially. I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, we'll meet in the upcoming videos as well.